Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Hello, Stephen. How are you today?
I'm good. The weather might be bad, but the sun's shining somewhere, so all's well. And nice to see you
Okay,
again.
it's as well. Likewise here since yesterday.
Oh, it was a good show yesterday. It really
Yeah,
was.
absolutely. I think, and this is something that we when we talk about movies, books, music, it's there's always place for great conversation. So when you throw this topic for yesterday, I thought, oh, I have some ideas for my next show. So thank you. So
Well,
by the way, welcome. Yes, Stephen.
no, I mean basically, I talked about the new show that I've got coming on Amazon Live next week, which is all about being a live video DJ. And the show that we did yesterday was talking about people's favorite music. We've all got music that brings back memories, haven't we?
Absolutely. I think it's one of the most powerful things, and I I, I went back to a concert I've watched. I'm not a concert person. Shame on me, shame on me. And I was watching a show with like that 25 years of career or something, or from a Portuguese singer,
Hmm.
and he brought a Cuban singer, Pablo Milanés. I don't know if you know it, but if you don't, you should, because he's an amazing singer and he has amazing lyrics and everything, like Cubans usually do. Because I think Cuba, it's one of the most. It's the right way to say it.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you're good.
It's I think it's one of the best places, besides those standard American and UK singers and bands. I think Brazil and Cuba are the other places where you can find so amazing artists. Okay, even though of course there's good artists almost everywhere, but I think there's a kind of a special environment on those countries which allowed to bring amazing singers, amazing bands. And I think this was due to the thing of the slaves coming from Africa. And Africa, it's a place where music comes from, the rocks and everything, and this good mood instilled by music. So I think this Indian thing and native thing, and the British, the Portuguese there as well. This make a kind of a blend who make an amazing uh, uh, palette of music and sounds that Cuba. I think Cuba and Brazil, they have that. It's
Well,
amazing.
indeed. I mean, we have in the UK, we have WOMAD, WOMAD, which is the World Music and Dance Festival. And it takes place in several locations. Hopefully, 2022, it'll take place in more. But basically, you've got artists coming from around the world and you can listen to their music. So you can go for folk music, you can go for rock, you can go for jazz, you can go for Latin. And it is a celebration of music.
And it's good. Also we have here some festivals in summer festivals, outside,
Mhm.
outdoors. And one of them came back this summer in a very special edition. I think they were making, I don't know, maybe 40 years or something, of no, even
Mhm.
45, I think, or 50. I don't know. I think it was 50 years. And the first festival they had, there was here Elton John and this kind of things, just to have in mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny because when you think about Elton John, okay, you think, okay, he will be in the biggest festivals in the world, biggest stadiums, biggest
Yeah.
theater. But the thing is, on 50 years ago, he was starting as well, I think, and
Oh,
so
true.
he came to a small village in the north of Portugal. It's really close to Spain, okay, called Vilar de Mouros, and he was there in the premiere of the festival. I think you two, they were there as well at their early years.
Yes,
Because
definitely.
today, if hello Tommy, thank you. By the way, let's welcome everybody who will watch
Yeah,
us.
we're getting carried away in conversation, which is good. So if you're watching on my Amazon Live page, welcome. If you're watching on Marco's Amazon Live page, welcome. If you're watching wherever Marco sent this broadcast, where are we broadcasting today, Marco?
I'm broadcasting. Let me see, on my Facebook page, on my Facebook profile, on my two YouTube channels, because I have one which is kind of mixed my Portuguese, Spanish, and English broadcasts and videos. I have another one which is just English. I have my Twitch account, I have my Twitter account, and also I have your channel and my channel on Amazon Live.
Yeah, I mean, if it's incredible, isn't it? If you go back 5 years, we had the choice between going live on Facebook or going live on YouTube, and that was it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, looking back 5 years ago, I was waiting to go live because I think, oh, maybe I think the first live I made on Facebook, it was on late at the end of the year on 2016 or 17. I don't remember because we had Blab, but
oh
then
yeah,
Blab
yeah,
went down, and the mortals were not allowed to go live on Amazon, oh, on Amazon, of course, but on Facebook, because it was the just for those
celebrities.
celebrities
Yeah,
and influencer and big influencers. So I had to wait, and they gave me the allowance. And then I don't know if you felt this as well, that feeling, okay, tomorrow I will do this tomorrow, I will do this tomorrow. But then they come
yeah,
the end of December, and I say, okay, I'm gonna start this with the 2018 or 17 predictions, and
yeah.
it was awful. It was horrible. I made. I can't believe that I did such a bad thing. I was using headphones and I was moving around, and the light was behind me, and it looked like I was a kind of this saint. You know those things in Bible where a saint appears to someone, and there's lots of lights and everything.
Yes,
And look,
yeah.
I'm an angel. To say.
That's been said. Yeah, yeah. I mean, those were pioneering days, and if we look back now, I mean, on Blab, that's where I met John Upton, and we started our own show on Blab, and then switched over to Facebook and Be Live when it became available. And if you look back at the videos we did in the early days, you cringe. You really do cringe. I mean, we thought it was fantastic, and it was for the time, but we've come so far in the last 5 years, and the equipment that Marco and I are showing down in our carousels today allows you to do professional broadcasting, okay, or between semi-professional and professional. It has changed so much that you can put out a TV quality program.
Absolutely, absolutely. And by the way, we have a question from Tommy. Hello, Tommy. Welcome, greetings, Marco and Stephen. Stephen mentioned some concerts in the UK. I'm wondering about the BBC proms. Any
Uh,
thought on that, Stephen?
about the proms,
Yeah, BBC proms. I have no idea what it is.
right? Okay, just to explain then, promenade is to walk. Okay, on a promenade, beaches have promenades. Proms is short for that. Okay,
Okay.
So it's walking about. And whilst people were walking about, they used to have music. Now, all of that has moved into indoors to the Albert Hall, and there is Proms Week, which is probably the most spectacular and well-known classical music week in the UK, where all the best artists, classical artists from around the world get together. And on the last evening, which is open to everybody, they sing Rule Britannia, and it is stirring. It's to actually watch it is emotional, but to actually be there. So yes, WOMAD is totally separate from the Proms. WOMAD is a charitable organisation which organises world music and dance festivals to celebrate world music. Proms celebrate all the classical composers.
Good, good. Perfect. I maybe I will go there. Watch.
Well, yeah.
So let's talk about. Let me see. What do you want to talk about today, Stephen?
But you see,
For instance,
I thought it would be easy today because today I don't have to do anything. I'm the talent.
okay.
I just appear on screen. No. You talk about anything you want, Marco.
No. I was wondering, and I think this could be interesting for the people who are watching us on Amazon. And we know that sometimes we. Okay, Tommy, thank you for tuning in. So this is something that is interesting, and I don't know about you, but at the beginning I had no idea. I just bought webcam because at those times I think this could be around 6 years ago. 7, because 6 years ago I was already doing I made my first live show on Blab, so I already had this webcam and the blue microphone. So this could be, I don't know, maybe 7 years ago, and I had no idea. I think I just, okay, let me search for a webcam. This has good ratings. And it's affordable. And the microphone, I think it's harder to find a microphone, but we will talk about this a little bit later. And that's how I made it. But now I think we are more cautious about this. We know, for instance, now I have a good microphone. Let me think about buying blah blah blah, new better lights. And for instance, I had the front lights okay, then I got background lights. I don't know which lights I will bring later. How was this process for you, Stephen? How do you pick and choose and prioritize the gear you were bringing to your studio?
Yeah, when I started broadcasting, I had a Samsung all-in-one PC, and I used the camera from the Samsung and the microphone from the Samsung, and we were happy because we were live. It's the first few times we'd gone live, and what mattered more than anything was actually meeting people and discussing things of interest. So, but that was just basically that was a sort of closed arena. There was nobody. How can I put this? It's very difficult to actually explain it. It didn't matter what you looked like. Because on Blab, it was the fact that you were actually present there. That was enough magic. Once we got on Facebook Live, then the problem becomes then to attract attention. Now, in the early days, if we go back to the beginning of Facebook Live, people came to watch because it was new. Okay, our friends are on video, let's go and watch. Nowadays, of course, everyone's on video, but back then there were only a few people actually broadcasting, and a lot of people actually came to watch. And that's when you had to make a decision. Do I want to do this seriously, or am I doing this as a hobby? Now, if you're doing this as a hobby, you can just use your internal camera, your internal microphone, no problem at all. If you're doing this seriously, and you have to enjoy it as well, I think, Marco, but if you enjoy doing this, then you look around you and you think, well, what do I improve? And the things that you can improve are your camera, the quality of your camera. And this is a big change. When you look and compare your internal camera to an external camera, it's night and day. They are so totally different. The camera image on a Logitech C920 or a Brio is so crystal clear that it puts your, unless your laptop is a new one, it puts your laptop to shame. Yeah,
absolutely.
So the camera, I went to the Logitech C920. In those days, 9 out of 10 broadcasters used the C920, and that was the logical camera to upgrade to because it's got an integrated microphone. So you're actually doing two things at once. You're upgrading your camera, you're upgrading your microphone, all at one and the same time. And it's not too expensive. And I want to just go with that a moment. It's not too expensive. You don't want to throw, because you I think it was you, yes, talking about throwing thousands of dollars at it before you do your first broadcast.
I talk about this often, yes.
Yeah. So in my personal thing, I went for the C920 first with the microphone, and then I used to only broadcast in the daytime. I used to broadcast between 9 and 6 o'clock, and the lighting in summer was fine. But then you've got the situation where the lighting, so it gets darker from 4 o'clock onwards, and 5 o'clock is prime time. So you want to be live at 5 o'clock, but your room's too dark. So what do? You've got two choices. You don't broadcast, or you get some lights. And I got two softboxes, one either side of me, one switched on at the moment, and they mean that I can go live 24/7. And that's basically the changes that I've made. Also, after I got the C920, I had a microphone recommended to me, which is AT2020, which is down. Now, just a point. You are listening now to two microphones. One is more expensive than the other. I know which one is more expensive, right? But it is a subjective thing. And microphones are important. We agree on that, don't we, Marco?
Absolutely. That's why when I made this intro to this conversation, I talked about the microphone thing. It's different than the camera thing because there are fewer things when you should consider about a camera, but there's a lots of things you should consider talking about a microphone. And one of the important things about this is keep in mind that the audio, it's more important than the image. Okay, you will watch a show and listen if the image is not that good. For let me try it. Okay, I think I can do this. For instance, it's not the perfect image, okay, but I'm pretty sure that you will follow the conversation with me with this image, okay? But let me do this experience. Let me see. Let me put this to work, hopefully. If I was speaking all the time like this, I'm pretty sure that you will stay for 5 seconds watching the show.
It's right. Okay. Yeah. That was difficult to listen to.
Yes. that was the point. That was the point. I'm pretty sure that people won't stay if the sound doesn't sound good. But keep
I mean, you don't want background noise, and you don't want interference, do you?
Not at all. Not at all. It's annoying and it's disturbing as well. So nope. and if you, just to finish, Stephen, if you don't mind, I don't know about you, but I've been approached by friends and relatives and something and this and they said, well, usually I don't watch your videos, but I put them playing, and they are there playing like the background sound, and I'm
Yeah.
I'm listening to them. So if the audio was not good enough, there you go.
But totally, because the thing is that we don't, even men don't do just one thing at a time. We are capable of doing several things at a time. So we can listen to a live video while surfing Amazon.com and have the video in the background. But as Marcus says, for it to stay in the background, first of all, we're going to come on to good content in a minute, I'm pretty sure. But the second thing is that the sound has got to be good. And you don't want any, I mean, it's a beautiful demonstration of bad sound. You don't want bad sound. Okay. Now, using your internal microphone is not bad sound, but you need, and this is important. I spent all day yesterday trying to track down a problem and testing, because something wasn't working right, and that's going to happen occasionally. Even if you don't change a thing, if you don't change a thing, software gets updated, websites get updated, things change. So you've got to test, and I test my setup at least once a week. So I test my camera to make sure that I do a recording locally to make sure that the camera looks okay, my position on the camera is good, my background is working correctly, because we've got two different approaches to backgrounds on show today, and everything works. My microphone especially, yeah. I've got a situation now where the microphone that you can hear, which is the Audio Technica 80-2020 down in the carousel, works fine. It's perfect. I don't have a problem with it. But what I do have a problem with is background noise. Okay, all around me, things are moving, and you can't hear them. And you can't hear them because I'm using noise cancellation software, which is Krisp.ai, which I wish was available on Amazon, but it's not. But it does cut out. It cuts out all the background noise. Anywhere in the building, you won't hear it. If I dropped something on the floor, you would not hear it. Okay, you cannot hear me tapping the desk. Hopefully, you just can't hear it because good, the noise. Good demonstration. The noise cancellation software is actually cutting that out. So do test at least once a week to make sure everything's working.
Really important. When we have this question from Tommy, do you have any recommendations for soundproofing a room? Well, one of them, it's easy, straightforward, inexpensive, which is Krisp. Okay, using Krisp, you will avoid these situations. Another thing, it's buying a dynamic microphone, okay, instead of a condenser microphone, because the dynamic, like this one, you need to be closer to the microphone to be properly heard. Okay, so usually they don't pick the noises around, so which is good. And the other thing, it's buying those covers. I don't know, maybe sponge is the thing that will allow you to cover the walls, so it doesn't remove the echo. One thing, it's for sure, don't have an empty room to record whatever it is, because empty rooms, they are an amazing place for echo. But yes, what you can do, you can use Krisp. Okay, it's a software which allows you to remove these background noises. Don't never have doors, windows open. Okay, also, this is important, inform the people who are in the same building that you're on air. So don't make noise, don't interrupt, don't come even close. Also, choose a dynamic microphone. Okay, and if you can go a little bit further, you have two choices here. Or you can use a USB microphone and have a mixer which allows you to control the gain and everything. So you can, because for instance, if you have a big gain, this means that you're getting too many sound or too much. I never know whether if it's much or many. Shame on me. But the thing
No,
is, if you have a big gain, this will say, okay, you will have lots of sounds coming to your microphone. If you decrease the gain, it means that you need to be closer to the microphone, but this will avoid these unwanted sounds to come to it. Okay, have this in mind as well. And you can use these covers. There are some squares made, I think it's sponge, the material, and cover the place to avoid these things, and this will make hopefully your room soundproof.
right now, Marco's microphone is the Shure microphone is now down in my carousel as well. But there is a point here. Both Marco and I have got courses on Udemy about live broadcasting. Now, Udemy is the largest online learning platform in the world, and we're privileged to actually have courses on there. In order to have a course on Udemy, you have to have a perfect picture, and we've talked about that now. Decent camera, 1080p. It's got to be. You can't get away with less than that, and you've got to have good sound, which means that you don't have any echoes, or you don't have any noises. If you create a 5-minute video, then it should be perfect. It should be a work of perfection. There shouldn't be a glitch in it anywhere, which means that you've got to have high quality sound. Now we're broadcasting now, and our sound is as good as it could be. But if we were doing live video, we don't need to take any extra precautions. If you can imagine, one place we can all imagine is Abbey Road Studios, where the Beatles recorded all that famous music. Abbey Road Studios is the perfect studio because it was built, it's acoustically glorious. Okay. The only sounds heard are the voices of the singers and the instruments. Okay. And I know from 6 or 7 years ago, there were broadcasters who created rooms which were totally soundproofed. They must have had, I've got to say this, Marco, they must have had very understanding partners. I'm going to get rid of all the decor, beautiful decor we've got there. It's going to be ripped down, and I'm going to put egg boxes all the way around the walls. You need a very a partner who will agree with you. None of that is needed now. When we did the Udemy courses, we were using different microphones. We've moved up a bit since we did the Udemy course, but we both use Krisp.ai, and Krisp.ai removes the need to have your studio modified at all. Okay, the modification that's needed is actually in the software. Yeah, so if you're thinking of going live, then we've only got 3 words to say: just go live. That's the simplest thing to do, because if you well, it is natural. Okay, we were talking about this before we came live. Procrastination is natural. Fear of going live is natural. But this skill that we're hopefully demonstrating today is a learned skill. It's not something we were born with. We weren't born to go on Facebook Live because it didn't exist then. Okay,
Yeah.
We weren't born to broadcast. We've been trained, we've been helped by our friends to actually improve our broadcasts over the years. We watch and learn. And so if you're thinking about going live, don't hesitate, just do it. Internal camera, internal microphone, go live. That's it.
Yeah, I think, and this is important, and by this is a challenge by these days, which is you see so many people doing amazing shows with amazing gear, with amazing messages, with amazing mood and everything, and this may stop you from going live. This may scare you because, oh, I won't be able to do as good as they do. I won't be able to be so amazing, so wonderful, so impactful. And this will prevent you for going live, for creating your content and everything, which is a mistake. Because what you should compare is how they were when they were at the same stage as you are now. Okay? Because it's unfair for you. It's unfair for you. Just stop because you can be as amazing as them. Because at some point, if you start doing, if you start improving, if you look, evaluate, okay, I need to correct this. Oh, I did this so well. Let me keep doing this because it was really okay. And of course, you can watch other broadcasters so you can see what are doing, that you that somehow you can adapt to your reality, to your tone as well. This is important. Yes, it is. Instead of inventing the wheel from the beginning, you can some shortcut somehow. Don't copy because this won't work, but you can drink some inspiration from others as well. And also, and I know that Stephen likes to talk about this, look at the other broadcasters and take attention to which equipment they are using. And if you like the image, if you like the lights they are using, if you like the sound they have and everything, ask them what they are using. If not listed in the carousel, everything I'm using now, it's listed in my carousel. Okay. But if they are not listed, or if it's not easy for you to find out, just ask them, what microphone are you using, the lights, the camera. Okay, because this will help you to shortcut again this. And it's a tough process finding the best microphone, the best camera, why you should have this camera, not that one. So have this in mind as well.
I totally agree. I mean, we're in a situation where we can learn every single day by watching different presenters, how they present their shows. I've got a new hobby, and I'm going to be honest here. My hobby, because Marco suggested that coming on Amazon Live was the thing to do. So I'm here, and that Marco is the reason I'm on Amazon Live.
Shame on me.
No, thank you. I mean, it's been a game changer in many ways. You won't believe how much this has changed the way that I look at live broadcasting. But the thing is that it's given me a new hobby. Basically, what I do is I enjoy watching Amazon Live videos. Not the ones I'm in, the ones I'm not in, because there are more of those. And I just watch the style, and I watch the presentation, and I watch how people do things, how they look, how they talk, how natural they are when they're doing it. Because being natural on camera is a learnt skill. The more you're on camera,
natural.
It's natural. Yeah, being natural. Nothing else. Because you talked a moment about being this a moment ago about being yourself. We should come back to that. But be natural. Presenter. We do see people who are, and would never name names. They're wonderful people doing a good job, but on camera they are wooden. Okay, which means that they don't talk and speak naturally. You can see that there's a script off to the side of them. You can see them looking at the script. It doesn't happen with Marco and I. Everything we talk about, we've got, first of all, we've got the knowledge. We've spent 6 years learning about all this, so we do have the knowledge, not from theory but from experience. But the thing is, you could throw any video related topic at us and we can talk about it. So we don't script these shows. There is no script, so we can look straight at camera and we can carry on talking and we can be natural. But it's amazing the different styles that you find on Amazon Live. Now, I'm not, all are brilliant, all work, but they work for different reasons. And there is no such thing as a perfect broadcast, because Well, there is no such thing as a perfect broadcast. Something's going to go wrong in any broadcast, Marco.
You tell me.
Yeah, like you're questioning a guest, and you've got a guest on the show, and you want to learn about them, and you ask them a leading question, and the question's about 2 or 3 minutes long because you've got an introduction and then you get the question, and you've done the whole question, and they just turn around to you and they say yes, and then you've got to start on another question or nod. Okay, right. Now, the thing that both Mark and I are, well, we do sort of go on about it, not too much, I hope, but that's being yourself, Marco.
Well, it's for me it's kind of an obligation, because even though sometimes I like to act and I think I'm not that bad on that, one of the things that for me it's important is when, and the thing is, this is a long run, this is a long term thing. Everything, when it's content, it's a marathon, it's not a 100 meters race. Okay, so one thing that for me it's important is that people that know me offline or know me in other contexts, they look at me here in the camera and they see the same person. And this doesn't mean that you have to be all the time happy. It doesn't mean that you have to be all the time smiling. No, because for instance, there are times that when I'm not online, when I'm not in front of the camera, that I want to be quiet in my corner, just there, myself with my thoughts. And I'm an introvert at some points. Yes, I am. Okay. And it doesn't mean that if I'm here, happy, smiling, extrovert, I'm pretending to be someone else. No, because I think everybody has different moods depending on the time of the day, depending of their mood, depending on the weather, and depending on everything. I think nobody can be smiling 24 hours per day, because some of them they are sleeping. Okay, so but the thing is, you don't need to pretend that you are. For instance, you're a shy person. That doesn't mean
Mhm.
that you can't be on a broadcast smiling and interacting and being nice and everything with others. That doesn't mean that you're pretending something. Okay, it means, and this is important as well, it means that you want to give the best of you to your audience as well. Okay, because this is important as well. And have in mind also this is a different experience to people who are watching. It's not the same 3D experience you have, that you can touch, you can interact in a most immersive way when you're in an offline environment. Okay, so your energy needs to fill this empty gap between the 3D and the 2D which you're broadcasting. Okay, so have this in mind as well. You don't need to think that you're cheating people, that you're fooling people, because you need to put that extra energy, that extra smile or extroversion, because it's a requirement. Okay, and it's okay, because I'm pretty sure that during the day there are times that you want to talk with people, you want to interact with people, you want to be at the dinner table with lots of friends or relatives. And there are other times of the day that you want to be at your room, quiet, listening to music, reading, or something. Okay, so have this in mind. We, inside of us, we have lots of different peoples. Okay, so no problem of making these things.
Totally. I mean, before, let's talk a bit about before we go live, because the preparation for a live broadcast can either take you all morning, or you can just turn up 10 minutes before and you're ready. Now, I can turn up 10 minutes before and I'm ready, but only because I spent the morning actually considering what we're going to do during the course of the broadcast. I never write anything down. I do set up the broadcast normally, but I don't write anything down. I don't rehearse any. I rehearse things in my head So I know basically what I'm going to talk about. But the fortunate thing is that we're actually talking about experience from experience. The other thing is that this is a very personal medium. Live broadcasting, we cannot hide. Okay, we have to be who we really are. This is me. I'm well. Let's just highlight this. I'm just going to go over here because I can. Just so you know, hopefully this will work.
We have
Uh,
Peter here. Hello, Peter.
okay, just to emphasize a point, I'm in the UK. Marco's in Portugal. We're both proud and grateful to be on Amazon Live today, and for Peter to be watching us. Hello, Peter. But you cannot hide on camera. This is me as I am today, and yeah, yeah. You can't pretend. As soon as you start acting, I mean, we know if we watch a movie, if we watch, there's certainly acting. If we watch a comedian, they may be so funny on stage that you laugh and laugh and laugh. But if you meet them in real life, they're a different person. Okay. They may be noisy on stage and quiet off stage. Okay. But what you're seeing today is the real Stephen and real Marco. We don't have any masks in place.
Just a
Okay.
little bit beard.
Okay. We do have filters. Okay. I mean, we there are things that we will not do live.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
yeah, I mean, because we respect you, everybody who's watching. The topics we will never talk about. We're talking, and our expertise lies in broadcasting. So that's the topic that we're talking about today. Now, one of the most important things, and I got my camera down in the carousel at the moment, I think, which is a Logitech Brio, and Marco's putting his camera down in the carousel. Okay, so
That's
right.
break.
Okay, that was a natural break. One of the things is, and it's a lot easier when there are two of you on screen because one can carry on talking while the second co-host does a bit of research, and you can swap between you and take turns talking. So I'm quite enjoying myself today, it has to be said, because normally I have to look after the whole of this. Today, I've just got to sit here and change my screen occasionally. It's a lot easier.
Absolutely. Yeah, and the thing is, and I've been mentioning this all the time, and this can bring the conversation again to this authenticity thing, because one day I've heard a Portuguese expert talking about getting new markets and everything, and he mentioned, well, I don't want to go to the Brazilian market because they speak Portuguese as well, but it's a different Portuguese.
Mhm.
Okay, there are some differences, and I think this is usual. I've mentioned this lots of times in conversations with Stephen. The European languages, they look they sound different than
Mm.
the American versions of this language, like Portuguese, Spanish, and English. I think for me, as a non English native speaker, it's easier to understand American English than it is, for instance. And the English, it's I think it's easier because, for instance, Scottish English, it's not that easy to understand and everything. So he was saying, "Oh, I won't be uh, putting my coins on the Brazilian market because to get there, I need to make some at some point this Brazilian accent, and I won't. I'm not giving up my identity." And I thought that doesn't mean anything about identity. I'm not. I'm not. When I do my live shows on English or Spanish, I'm not giving up my identity. By on the opposite, I'm reinforcing my identity. Okay, because it means that I'm some at some point I'm open to new things. I'm not just being okay. I just speak Portuguese and that's end of story. Okay, even this could be right. I don't mind. But for instance, I think it's different when you give yourself the allowance to learn new things, to do new things, to do things that other people are not um, willing to do. And for me, this is being an advantage because I'm being contacted by people from uh, other places which they want me to work with mixed blended languages markets. So for me this is good. You don't want to do that, it's your thing, it's not mine. But I'm not giving up my identity because I'm speaking other languages, not at all. Okay, otherwise what the translator people will do,
True,
well,
true.
I can do that because it's not my language.
Yeah, if there weren't different languages, Angelica, my partner, would not have a job. Um, yeah, I mean, knowing more than one language is a benefit. It's not just a practical benefit, being able to speak German or French or Portuguese or Brazilian. Um, it is of health benefits too. This is going to sound crazy. I don't want to make any claims because this is Amazon, but all I'm saying is that if you can uh, converse in more than one language, then you benefit from that in the long run. I'm not going to say how because I'm not a medical person. I could only get it wrong. We want to get things right, and we're going off a bit off tack here, aren't we? Really? But always good. Let's come back, and I'm going to change my background to one of my favorite backgrounds if I can find it. Yes, okay, all right, there we are. That
Okay.
fits in with the set, doesn't it?
Yep.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
I'm gonna highlight talking about backgrounds. I highlighted my background lights. Okay, these LED
Do you want to
lights.
go? Do you want to demonstrate your lights while I highlight them in the carousel?
Okay, I can do that. Okay,
Very good.
this first ones they are the background. The LED flood light, 400 watts. Okay, let me see if I can show you one of them. Let me. Okay, bye bye.
Bye.
So there you go. They are they are pretty small. Okay, I have them in the floor. I need I need to build something so I can put it kind of a stand or something. Okay, but this is interesting because I have this remote and it works for both because I have another one there. Okay, for instance, I can turn it off. There you go, and on. Okay, and it works also with this one. Okay, look, it's really
Brilliant.
simple. And okay, okay, there you go. So you can change the intensity of the light, as you can see. Also, there are some presets here. And let's connect it. Okay, now you can have another presets like shuffling. You can set some, but I'm too lazy. I work with what they have, and also I don't want to get mm, much complicated. And also you have this uh how do I say it, this
Control pad.
palette of colors, okay, which you have the main colors, and then you can work in the betweens. Okay, you can have just the normal light, like you can see this is the clean light, if I can call it that way. Okay, but also you can put this a little bit red, and then you can turn to purple, and then you can turn to green, hopefully. Okay, and then you can turn to yellow as well. So this is interesting, okay, because it's an easy way to customize your look on camera, okay, and it's not expensive. And this particular lights, you can use them outdoors as well, which could be for a party or something, okay. You can use this kind of lights as well. And do you want me to talk about the front
Yeah, and
lights? Okay,
surely, yeah,
let me.
I'm gonna refresh. Just a minute.
Okay,
It's all yours.
why did a couple of minutes ago, Stephen talked about soft boxes. Soft boxes, they are a good option. They are more affordable than these LED panels are. Okay, but the problem I faced at some point with these lights was that I didn't had much control over them on a soft box. Okay, you can turn them on and off, and that's the thing. And with those lights, I can have more control. I can have more options. Okay. The first thing I love about this is that you can control them over this cell phone app. Okay. There you go. Yeah. This connects via US Bluetooth. Okay. Let me. There you go. They have here the devices. I'm gonna. I need. Okay, it's connected. Let me add another device. There you go. As you can see. Okay, so I have the two devices. I can control them individually. Okay, or I just go to the groups tab and I have them grouped here. Okay, I can turn them on and off here. There we go. And also I can control. Oh, they updated the app. I can tell now. Okay. Yeah,
Right.
it was today. It
It
was
happened.
today.
We talked about that.
You can control here the brightness. Okay, which is good. You can control also the color temperature, getting warm and warm, or okay. And also you can, hopefully this will control, okay. And with this, you can control the colors. Okay, there's this circle. Okay, there you go. Let's go through the colors. I see your true colors. I need to, okay. Also, you can control the hue, the saturation, and also it has scenes. This is the
Ah,
more emergency cars,
help.
and ambulance here, and the fire engine. Also, you have these party motifs. Okay, fireworks, party, and this is candlelight. Okay, and also you have these lightning effects, paparazzi like flashing, and a TV screen. This could be a nice way for you to bring more diversity to your broadcasts. Okay. Also, there's a nice a new feature here. Another thing you can do is to build favorites. Okay, you can build different favorites. Like, okay, I like these settings to this kind of show. To this kind of show, I like these settings. Or during you have different sections on your shows, and you let me put the clown nose. So you can be changing. Okay, if you have, for instance, you have different shows and you want to have different lightnings on both, you can do that as well. Okay, and there's a new feature here. I'm not sure what this will do. Hopefully won't make anything explode. Let me try it.
My fingers are crossed.
Thank you, Stephen, for the support. Well, I don't know. I don't know. This didn't brought anything new to the screen, but that's okay. So that's why I love this much. That this Tommy, how do you what do you mean? I have this app where is the place where I set up everything.
Yeah.
Okay, I can you make this a little bit clear for me, please?
I'm back. I'm back. And okay,
Wait, just a little.
you,
Okay,
you're still flashing, Marco.
okay.
Um, my
Let
famous
me.
words. Right. Okay. What I've done on my screen is I've taken off the background, and as you can see, I do have a physical green screen. Now the green screen. Well, Marco's. Yeah,
I'm having fun.
it's having fun. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, by the magic of this software, because we're on StreamYard today, that I can actually, hopefully, if Marco agrees, I can share my screen.
Yes, you can.
Okay, and I'm going to share an application. Okay, right. Okay, now this Marco's going to bring
Okay,
that on
just
screen.
just let me answer meanwhile to Tommy. Well, this is kind of a personal thing, Tommy. It's how do you want the lights to be close? Also, the effect you want to bring from the lights. Okay, this is important as well because if you change the angle, if you change the location where they are, the light effect will change as well. It's kind of trying look how it looks and does it look the way you want. It's okay. If not, keep fine tuning so you will get the best result, mostly with the background lights. Okay, because the thing is this was a no living room. Okay, and I have some constraints about it because for instance there it's a fireplace and I can put it down. Okay, I would love to have a clean wall so I can bring other things. I by now, but maybe soon I will change the way my setup it's placed. Okay, but the thing is trying and seeing the result, and then if it's okay, let it the way it is, or you can adjust so you can find the right thing. But the important thing about lights is they should improve your image. They should improve the experience to your audience. If it's disturbing, if it's distracting, if it's making the opposite effect, they are not good. Hope this could help. Up to you, Stephen.
Thank you very much. Okay, now I'm sharing screen at the moment, and at the top you can see this is XSplit VCAM. There's more than one approach to actually providing a show which is good to watch, in other words, pleasing on the eye. And the lights is a great way of doing it. And I'm more that I see of it, the more I'm thinking about it. So anything is possible. But I use a green screen. Now the green screen behind me is down in the carousel. If you scroll along, you'll find the green screen. I'll put it center stage in a moment, but my concentration now is actually talking to you. Green screens, there is background removal software, and they say you do not need a green screen. I'm here to say that if you want a good quality production, you do need a green screen. Now, these do not cost the earth. You can make your own if you want, but the one down in the carousel is the one behind me. You can scrunch it you push it together, you then put it in its carrying case, and you can actually take it with you anywhere. Now, background removal software is, in principle, very simple. The first thing that happens, I'm going to press the right button here, is I'll be back in a second. Okay, is the first thing that happens, and I will be back. Don't go anywhere. Just a minute. Okay, is that the background is removed. Okay, now with the background removed, you want to be able to see 10 fingers moving. Okay, you can. That's the acid test of background removal software. It actually works. Okay, now I've been using this since January 2019. It's been improved incrementally by XSplit over that time, and it does what it says on the tin. It removes your background. No blurring, no tearing, no nothing when you actually move about, and you'll see that in a moment when I actually change the background. The second thing to watch for in background removal software is that you can get an outline all around your face, and especially on your head. Now, I've got a famous Stonehenge photograph because I live near Stonehenge, and the sky is very light, and it looks like my hair is blowing in the breeze, but there is no breeze because I'm in the studio. So beware of background images that you choose, that they're not too light. So a background image like this one, and hopefully it will change. I've frozen. No, I'm back. Background image like this one is perfect because there is a contrast between yourself and the background. So we've gone from, I'm going to do this just once more because I can, just to show that I know where the buttons are. Background like this, removal software like this can actually tell a story. If I was doing a French cooking program, just a moment, and I won't do a French cooking program, I promise you. I can do a brilliant lasagna, but French cooking, no. If I was telling a French story, I could have the French flag behind me. If I was telling a German-based story, then I could have the German flag behind me. If I was telling a location-based story, then I could have London behind me with a wonderful red bus. This is so simple to use. You have total control over the camera. There are camera controls which you can, just a moment. There are camera controls which allow you to do a whole range of things in the background. And just to mention a few, I can change the zoom, so I can zoom in and out. I can pan left and right. I can do a whole range of things, and you can't see that on the screen at the moment, so I'm just going to press OK. So you've got control of the camera. The other thing is that where do you get these backgrounds from? That's the big question about backgrounds. And I get my backgrounds from a site. I'm going to have to delete one of my backgrounds. Let's delete that one and come back to me. You get your backgrounds from unsplash.com. Unsplash.com is a free resource. The photographs are provided by photographers around the world. And I can go over to here and I can go in the search box and I can type in I want to go a photo and then go to search, and it's not, where can I go, Marco? Algarve?
Yes, let's go to Algarve.
Let's go to the Algarve to show that this is live. So I'm going to the Algarve and I've got photographs of the Algarve and I can quickly change my background. That's a beautiful place, Marco. I'm going to keep that. That's it, job done. And I can actually download it and it becomes part of my collection then. Additionally, I can get photographs from my hard drive. I can get photographs. Got it. Okay. Well, let me go in there. I can get photographs from my hard drive. I can have a web page behind me, or I can have a YouTube video playing behind me. The possibilities are actually limitless, and this is a great way to actually jazz up your live broadcast by having interchangeable backgrounds that you can switch between whilst you're live. And it is a different approach. You've got to buy the software. That's the only investment, annual fee for the software. And then you too, thinking, yeah, you too can have any background that you like. And I'm hoping that this works. A live demonstration, doing things live. Okay, so I'm going to leave with this background and come back to tours. I'm going to stop the screen share and sanity will be restored.
Okay, Tommy is saying that Pixabay, it's a good resource, free resource of photographs. The good thing about Pixabay, I don't know if you have been there lately, Tommy, or you, Stephen, or other people who may be watching this show. Pixabay, they have there now, and when I started using Pixabay, it was mainly about photographs. Yes, it was, but then they came with free video stock, and now they have also sounds. Okay, so if you are a creator, if for instance, if you are starting creation process and you don't have budget to buy expensive footages, soundtracks, and everything, Pixabay, it's an amazing resource of this kind of needs you have, content. So go there and download what you need. For instance, I use some stuff from Pixabay on my Amazon things as well.
Yeah,
So good point, Tommy. Thank you so much.
indeed.
And
So,
by the way,
I mean,
Peter, so
sorry.
just a thing, Peter. He's saying that he doesn't see the carousel, maybe because he's on YouTube. You need to
Peter,
come
yeah,
to Amazon. Okay, if you can type just on the browser marketing.live and you will join me. Or Stephen, what is your
Amazon.com. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, Amazon.com/Stephen Healy, all one word. The name's there, Stephen Healy. Amazon.com/Stephen Healy without the space, and that will find us as well. There are many ways to actually do this. But
so
the carousel is actually, and if you are watching us live, thank you. If you want, there are in the carousel down below is 40 items. Now, the way this works is if you click on an item, you'll be taken directly to the Amazon page. If we today in the show have a discount, then you'll get the discount. And just as a note, down in the carousel at the moment, I'm showing as the featured image the RGB LED lights that Marco is using. They are today 23% off in my carousel. So I think
indeed.
I've got, oh, wait a minute. Now, this is an amazing one. Down in my carousel is the Google Pixel 4, which at the moment is 52% off. It was £799, it's now £387. So if you're looking for a Google Pixel phone, and the Fitbit down the carousel is 13% off. Now, the thing is that Mark and I can't possibly describe all 40 items to you because we could just sit here reading out Marco's items and my items, and that's not the most interesting thing in the world. So the way that we do this is to talk about topics of interest in relation to live broadcasting, and where relevant, we actually highlight items in the carousel. But at any point, you can dip into the carousel and right, okay. And I've got a question, Marco.
Okay, perfect.
Right, and I need my magnifying glass. I mean, I've got an iPad, but I can't read it.
Okay,
what app are you using? Oh, wait a minute. How are you doing, gentlemen? We're doing fine, thank you, is a comment. And what app are you using for the green screen? It's called XSplit VCam, XSPLIT VCam. If you simply go to XSplit, XSPLIT, you will see it amongst the products that they actually make. The green screen I've got is the one that's down in the carousel, and I should be able to find it. Hopefully, yes, that's the green screen that I've actually got behind me at the moment, the Fovitec, and the software you want is the XSplit. So thank you everybody for your comments. Now, I got a question a moment ago, which was, I think, was about being an Amazon influencer, which both Marco and I are. Do you want to talk about that for a moment? How you become an influencer? Because it's some of the people watching this will be broadcasting and wanting to know how they can go live on
Okay.
Amazon.
How did I came to this? I was talking with other live broadcasters slash producers, okay, and they were talking about this new thing. It was kind of 9 months ago or something,
Mhm.
and they say, "Oh, this Amazon Live thing, it's interesting." And then, okay, let me see how it works. It's a two-step process. Okay, first you need to become an Amazon associated, okay, which is kind of an Amazon affiliate, okay, and it's open to everyone. The thing is that you need to generate sales, otherwise they will cut the access to the program, okay, and then you need to apply to the Amazon influencer program, which is not that easy or simple, okay, because you need to have a follow on a platform like Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook, okay, which gives to Amazon the idea that you will be able to bring people to your broadcast from other platforms, and also to make them somehow understand that you are a person which has some influence, and that you will be able to help people to make better purchases and everything. So the first time I applied with my Twitter account, because overall it was the biggest follower I had, and they refused. And I didn't cry. I was really upset. I wouldn't sleep that night. Well, um, I think, okay, I will try later. So one day I was talking again with this group of people, and I said, okay, let me get back to that process. Let me try this time. I went there, blah 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 blah, and suddenly I clicked another button and it went through, and I think, okay, well, I think I mean, oh. So I made all the steps, and the last one was, now you need to have this app to go live. And I was looking on my Android phone, because I've been an Android man for all my life. Well,
Me too.
all my life, no, because when I started using a cell phone, Android was not there yet. But yes, I was, since I was able to use smartphones. I'm an Android guy. And then I was looking on my Android phone for that app, not showing up. And then I went back to Amazon and I saw iOS only, and I thought, oh no. So what I was thinking, well, I need to buy a device, but this
Yeah.
won't be my main device. So I went to a platform to search for refurbished cell phones. I bought an iPhone 8, okay, around $250.
Mhm.
And for some people, this could be a problem. For instance, yesterday I was talking with someone who said, "Oh, they should release this app to Android as well." And I think, okay, for me, it doesn't mind, because since I bought this cell phone with the money I made from Amazon commissions, I could buy at least 10 of them. So I thought about this as an investment, okay, and have this in mind. If you make this with consistency and with how can I say it? Oh my God, I'm missing the English word. if
Right.
if you
Well,
do a good job, this will pay off. Okay,
Yeah.
so I bought the cell phone I don't know, maybe 2 days later, and then I was able to go live. I made a couple of shows. The first one I made, it was with an Englishman called Stephen Healy. I don't know where he is right these
That
days.
seems a long time ago. A long
Yeah,
time ago.
it was in March,
Yeah, it's
and
back in March. Yeah.
that's the thing. I think it's a nice way for you to make money, riskless. Okay, you don't need to take any risks. It's a good way to monetize your knowledge. Okay, also your circle of influence, because for instance, you can bring people from other platforms like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, to join you on your Amazon lives, and hopefully they will see something that they may like. Okay, so this could be a nice option to, and to have fun as well, because one of the most interesting things about live streaming is the fun you can have, the what you can learn, and also people you know. And but I think the main thing is learning, because for instance, since and Stephen will share his experience in a moment. Since I got this Amazon live approval, I had to learn a lot, and I'm being looking to others to see, for instance, when we talk about microphones, what we should highlight, what are people looking when they are putting questions about this. So it's a nice way to improve, to look, to see, and to become better. Steven, back to you.
Yeah. I mean, we've been doing this for 6 years, and this is not Amazon Live. Been doing broadcasting for 6 years. This is the first time that we've actually had the opportunity to make money whilst we're live, and we're grateful for that. But it's not, you can't just turn up, as Marco's just said. When you have products down the carousel, you've got to have a knowledge of them, or you've got to know people who have a knowledge, and you've got to tap into that knowledge. You've got to learn. This is a learning experience. Every time we go live, we've got different things that we've actually learned about, but we can show you during these broadcasts how to get the best out of them. And that's basically what we're doing. My Amazon Live story starts when Marco said, after you've been on Amazon Live for 4 months, you should try this. And I thought, okay. So I went, I turned my background off, because there are different ways to do this. I went and bought an iPad, and this iPad is down in the carousel at the moment. Because like Marco, I'm an Android guy, Android through and through.
Same here.
There's, given the choice between buying a new iPhone and buying an iPad, which I can use elsewhere, I went for the iPad, and I've not looked back. But the key to me is this. The key about being successful on Amazon is about focus. My focus for the last 2 months, for August and September, has been on the 4 broadcasts a week I do on Amazon. That's laser-like. I've experimented. I've tried different things. We've had German language shows. We've had country walking shows. Next week sees a DJ show. But my focus has been on bringing variable content to Amazon and bringing my expertise and showing my joy of just being live. And I've got to say, I'm totally having a blast. I'm totally enjoying the experience of being on Amazon Live. And if you are an influencer, in other words, if you have a following, as Marco said, on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, or Facebook, then do apply and join us. I mean, this is an area where broadcasters can share their knowledge and meet more people. And that's a win-win situation. It really is. But I think one of the keys, and I just said a moment ago, I've actually been experimenting, is getting the content right. And that's not just for the live broadcast that we're doing now. It's getting the content right when you go live on Facebook or YouTube or Twitter. You've got to have content. You've got to have a theme to your show, Marco. You can't just turn up with a blank piece of paper and hope to get a broadcast out of it.
Absolutely. This is something, And this is something that I had in mind from the very beginning, even though the lights were not the best ones, even though, for instance, my position on camera was not the best one, even though the microphone was not the best one, everything. The only thing that for me was kind of negotiable was the content. And this for me, it's what I like to do. For instance, and let me share this with you, Stephen, and with the audience. Usually, when I do trainings, I talk and everything, the length of the video and everything, and the people, oh, because if the quality of the video is not good, people won't stay. And I say, wait a little bit. Quality of the video is not negotiable. It's like I'm doing here a cooking a cooking workshop, and I
Mhm.
was talking about potatoes.
Yeah.
And you went, well, but if the potatoes are not good, you should not use them. For me, it's the same. Okay,
Yes.
this is negotiable. If I'm talking about content, I'm talking about quality content. I'm not talking about whatever you want to do. This is something that for me it's it's the thing. Okay, because it doesn't matter if you have an amazing light, an amazing camera, an amazing microphone, an amazing desk, an amazing screen, everything amazing, but the content you're delivering doesn't help anyone, doesn't entertain anyone, doesn't do anything. And that's the thing. And also, I don't mean that you should be really informative in everything you do, or you should be uh, training and teaching people all the time. I'm not talking about this. For instance, if you are a comedian, you don't need to teach people how to do jokes and everything. You should entertain them.
Mm.
Okay, so that's the thing. Have this in mind. For me, this is kind of top of tops, which is have delivering a good content.
And that's it. And all you need to do, I mean, it's like when you are teaching a class, and Marco hopefully will back me up on this. When you're delivering content on a live broadcast, you should be at least one step in front of your audience. So you're sharing knowledge which is new to them. Okay. The core of your presentation will be rock solid because you know your topic from end to end backwards, but always try and bring something new into each and every broadcast. Yeah. It's just doing this is just a blast. It really is. I've said that twice now. I think I need to
Absolutely.
find a new word.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And there's something I've learned. I don't know, maybe 20 years ago or even more. I made a public speaking course,
Hmm.
and one of the biggest takeaways I got from there was, if you want to talk about this, you need to learn this. You need to
Yes.
know this. Okay, because you never know who's in front of you, and maybe they could be putting you questions about the surroundings of this knowledge you should be sharing. Okay, so have this in mind. It's really important. And have this in mind as well, because and I faced this. And when we are consultants, when we are trainers, when we have so many people there creating content and sharing them all the time, we sometimes we create content having those people in mind, and it's wrong. Okay, because your competitors, your colleagues won't be your customers. Okay, so have this in mind as well. Even though you should know this, everything around this piece of knowledge you're sharing, have in mind that you should deliver the message to people who know a few about this. Okay, so talk their language. And this is your job as well, translating your technical knowledge, your technical terms, jargon, to language that people may understand. I had a guest last days, Tuesday. It was
Hmm.
Tuesday. Billy Samoa. and we were talking about this, about podcasting, and one of the things that he said is, I have this boring title on my show, but everybody who reads the title, they know what they can expect from them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that the thing is that if you, that's a good point, that you should say what your broadcast is about. Now, I use the phrase for this broadcast, lights, camera, action, which to me is all about films, broadcasting. Yeah. And people recognize that, and hopefully that's what attracts, because you can use the image and the title to actually attract an audience wherever you are, whether you're on Amazon Live or Facebook or YouTube, Twitter or Twitch or your website. So basically, content is, I'm going to say, content is king, content is key. And you've got to think about what's going to be in each and every broadcast that you do. And if you deliver value, then people will come back to watch you again. Which leads me to the fact that if you're watching Marco and I live now, the way to be sure that you get notified about our next broadcast individually and together is to click the follow button, which is down under the video. Just need to click it once. We will not email you.
No, not at all.
Never. Amazon will send you a reminder. Oh, oh, brilliant! I love that. Okay, nice
I think they are in the right place. Hopefully,
it is in the right place. It is in the right place. If you follow, you just get notified. We don't get your email address or anything. That stays with Amazon, and it's in the center of the screen. That's a graphic and a half, isn't that? Okay, and unmute us as well. If you can't hear, well, this is a yeah.
Yeah. I know. That's why I brought this graphic, because when I was watching people asking other people by speaking to unmute themselves, I was, this is pointless because you're muted. They won't listen what you're saying. So
Correct.
I brought this graphic.
Brilliant. That was good. Okay. Yeah, I mean that's it. We so enjoy actually being here and telling our stories. And this is what live video is about. It's about experiences. I mean, we're not just going to tell you the specs of the hardware, because you can click the link in the carousel and get the exact specs.
Absolutely.
But to hear the stories behind the broadcast and how you can improve as a broadcaster, we're continually looking at ways we can improve our broadcasts. Yeah, it's a never-ending thing. I mean, software. We noticed that software changes. CRISPR's just updated. My effects software is just updated as well. It's an ever-changing world, and we try on your behalf to actually keep on top of it and bring you the latest news. Have you seen, Marco, the flying camera?
Yes, I did. From
oh, right. Okay.
Inga shared it. Maybe we should bring her to a show next week's.
If we could, and actually sort of get to actually show us the flying camera. I mean, basically ring Amazon company, and we can't show you the camera today, but tell you about it. It flies around either the first floor or the second floor of your building, taking photographs 360 degrees, relaying them to your security system. So whilst you're upstairs, you could be watching downstairs. Whilst you're downstairs, you can be watching upstairs. And it's the same technology. It's got to be the same technology used in these robot vacuum cleaners, that when it senses a wall, it stops. Yeah, because the last thing you want is a flying camera that flies into the wall. So it's house trained. It's highly house trained, and we'll try and bring Inga on the broadcast next week of Ring to actually talk about it. Yeah, that was a good idea. That's a good idea. It's always something new. Yeah, all good.
Yes. Perfect. Well, it's time for the wrap up, Stephen. Let's keep the same frame we use on the other shows. Next week will be on your side, so it's time for you to say the final
Right.
thoughts.
I've had the easy job today. All I've had to do is sit here and look at the camera and come up with the words and just change the carousel. We want to say thank you to everybody who's watched us today. And we know that there are literally thousands of people who watch this live broadcast, and we are just grateful and enjoy doing it. So thank you for watching today. Thank you to Peter. Thank you for all the comments that have been made during the live broadcast. If we've missed one, we do get the comments afterwards. If you've not already followed us, press the follow button down below.
Yes.
We wish you an excellent rest of your day and rest of your week. Mark and I will be back at the same time next week. That's 9 a.m. Eastern on the same page as you're watching now, and we'll have up-to-date information on live broadcasting, and possibly, Marco keeps saying to me, get some new things in your carousel. So I will have some new things in my carousel next week from Portugal, from England. It's goodbye for now.
Bye-bye.